Welcome to the stream. I can't adjust this. But welcome to the training summary for October. Last year, I continued the run streak. I ran some intervals. I was doing some basic katas. Practicing punches and breaking the opponent's balance. The opponent is called uke in Japanese martial arts. It was on the 1st of October. On October the 2nd, something weird happened because I only had a resting heart rate of 36. I haven't had that since my triathlon career. that was some years ago. And I was doing some swimming technique. You swim with a closed fist. You use a kickboard. I was rolling, I was diving, practicing the old Tai Chi form. On Tuesday, I was continuing my run streak, some intervals, and I started practicing the long form, the Tai Chi long form. Not yet at the level to be able to do the long form. It's very difficult, of course, but at least I've been trying it out for a little while. But just practicing the basic forms like ward off and grasp the bird's tail, which is ward off, roll back, press, and push. I was practicing with the bow staff, long staff, 1.8 meters. That's over 6 feet. For you American guys, I was doing a live stream. I was practicing the crane kick. Kind of interesting to practice with the long staff. So also practicing some rolling techniques. You need to lift the opponent's shoulder when he grabs you. Kind of stand closer to your opponent. And I was practicing the difference between the the short and the long forms. I see now it wasn't maybe not a good idea to do the long form before I mastered, well, not mastered, but at least completed the short form. The first third is almost the same, so you can at least do that. I think my running streak was broken, but I made it to 61 runs. You have to run at least a mile to be able to complete. But I think I broke the run streak there, really. So I was continuing with the bow staff, or more like a spear. You have larger spears, larger staffs. Kind of looks like a spear, but it's too heavy to practice with efficiently. Practicing foot positioning. You have to strike with the opposite arm, so to speak, and hold it lightly and gather momentum forward. I was continuing to run anyway on the 8th of October, trying to get some fluidity into the movements. Try to work with blocking with the opposite hand. I was practicing some new elements. I've done them before, but not recently. Needle to sea bottom, fan through the back and turn and chop with fist or turn and strike. They kind of look different in the short and long forms. Or you don't even have turn. You don't have those in the short form. Needle to sea bottom, fan through the back, turn and strike. I was practicing the bow stance. I was doing some squats and some deadlifts. Did some running afterwards and finished with the sunshin. On Wednesday, the 11th, I was continuing the run streak. I was doing some push workout with bench press and military press. Continued to practice the ward off sequence, grasp the bird's tail, and then I was doing an obstacle course. It was a pretty warm October, so I was running on the obstacle course. On Thursday, the 12th, I was doing some serious training with the trying to reverse some of the locking techniques. But you need to take control of his shoulder and throw him kind of diagonally. It's a bit similar to the Tai Chi principles, but you take like bow steps, but you need to adjust and be able to reverse the techniques. Kind of difficult. I was reversing the form on Friday, continuing to run. You need to take control of his elbow also. Throwing kind of on the opposite diagonal. Working on knife defense a little bit. I was practicing the long form on the weekend. Tried to apply the cross position, running some long intervals, really long. Practicing the difference between the short and long forms. The steps are a bit different, so you hold the hands a bit differently. I've now abandoned the long form, but it's good to get a sniff at it, so to speak. You need to turn and sink down. That was half of the month, so bear with me. I was continuing the swimming practice on Monday. I was diving from the 1st and 3rd meter trampoline, practicing some basic katas, the earth, the water and the fire forms, trying to speed up the form, the Tai Chi form, doing some deadlifts, some lat pull downs. You need to work by moving your legs first, then the body, and then the hands to end it all. I was doing some biking on Thursday, trying to work on my balance and doing circular movements, different kinds of throws. You need to pull his balance, kind of sink down and then turn at the last moment, but you need to get a good rhythm to it also. I was doing some Feldenkrais to a relaxation technique to end the training. Doing some longer intervals on Friday. I tried to do the leg training on Friday. And I was practicing the four corners, kind of a throwing technique you learn at the end of the form. And after that, you do a lotus sweep. Very hard. Practicing some details in the deflect, parry, and punch. Doing some cloud hands. You need to turn your hands. You can also use the cloud hands with more of a yin movement where you usually have the palm facing towards you, but can also do it with the palm facing away. And you need to work on your hip movements. On Sunday, I was practicing to combine the so-called hard and the soft techniques, and doing some very very simple throws, stepping sequences in rhythm, where you like try to get into the correct position and sink down. Continuing with the Feldenkrais. It's a very very efficient relaxation technique. It's a bit similar to the Alexander technique, which I did when I was singing. On Monday, I rehearsed the Sunday's training, trying to work on my hand movements when you do the low blocks, practicing the cross position. The theme for the month was to walk in to get good interval, to run intervals. I was doing that, first running intervals and then walking in the forest. The Japanese talk about the forest bathing. So I was continuing the run streak. That was really broken by then, but who cares? If you do it 6 times a week, I think it still counts. But trying to get the four corners right, and kind of get the stepping sequence correct in the throw setups. Practicing breaking the opponent's balance on Thursday. After you take one step, there's a step in a sequence, and you need to complete. First, you kind of gather your feet, pull this balance. This step, you take often 2 steps forward, but it takes some real practice. I was practicing with the short staff on Friday. There's also some footwork there. I was doing some Qigong. The end of the form with the 7 stars, the ride, tiger, and sweep. Kind of an interesting move. Continue with the form on the weekend and doing some Qigong, the shoot hawk technique. And at the last of the 8 movements, you stand on your toes. You do a body scan in the Qigong also, which is very very helpful for me. Need to get the correct angle on the ward off. And Sunday there was a new student at training, trying defenses, practicing defenses against a wrist grip, doing some police, the so-called police grip. yeah, that was interesting. And I was rehearsing Sunday's training on Monday, kind of practicing how to get out of the bear hug. It's very interesting. You need to step forward and turn, but practicing some breathing techniques. You can also grab the back of the opponent, grab his collar, uh, and, and I capped the month off with some qigong and yoga, trying to get the basics correct, doing some more soft movements, and doing when you do the applications, you need to visualize resistance, so to speak. But it's better to practice with someone, of course. But yeah, thanks for watching. That was September, and November had a challenge theme, so I tried to cap off the year's summary here. So thanks for watching.